NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wildcard Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chargers and the Jaguars, coming up next.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Tonight we continue with Wildcard Weekend with what should be a great one between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
Takes it at the 7.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They'll be led out by the first overall pick from a couple of drafts ago, former Clemson Tiger Trevor Lawrence.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
Block it, away.
Now ETN to start the drive.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
On second down, ETN once more.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll run with ETN.
Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, No one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. Running on first down, Eckler. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now it's Herbert. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
On 2nd and 15 now. Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, 34 yards.
And the Chargers will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Things could just capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right? That 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. I gotta tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason. The champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Screenplay, here's ETN.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. DeAndre Carter back deep. Let's take it at around the 40. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Herbert out left. He's got it to Everett.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Herbert on 3rd down now. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Eckler. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, hold them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chargers are off to a 13. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point up and through. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 27.
Now Lawrence to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Second and 16. Now Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be out right at the 35. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. On the return, Carter. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Up the middle with Eckler.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, the throw here's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Eckler now between the tackles. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Second down and goal. Herbert. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Gerald Everett. And the Chargers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. 21-0 our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. So they won their division and earned the right to play at home in the first round of the playoffs, but this one is not going to script so far.
Nowhere did they have the thought process that they'd be down double digits. But the good thing is it's the first half. You and I know, I mean, you've been with me long enough now. Hang with the game plan. Stay the course for a while. Don't panic and change up things. Keep grinding. Long way to go in this ball game.
That was my question to you. You don't throw everything away at this point. Stay on course.
Stay on course. Obviously, you want to eliminate the things that have caused you to be down double digits. But at the same time, you're not getting it all back in one play. Keep going. The game plan was put in there for a reason.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Carter. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaims center stage. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Herbert now. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 3rd to Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. He'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
The handoff, it's Eckler. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0 Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them. So I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. On first down, Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Etienne once more. And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw, Lawrence. A slant to Jones. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Lawrence. To the 42-yard line.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he is going to have a Jags first down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Man open, here is Jones. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Etienne is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put it on the board.
And I know the players hate it, the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. Lawrence. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they'll go again with Etienne.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's taken to the 26. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
62 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
From the 38, Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw here, Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this Super Wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We'll get it back out to you guys in just a minute. But first, let's remind everybody what's coming up tomorrow in the AFC. We've got the 3-6 game, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins squaring off against the Buffalo Bills. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Chargers. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they did even less on the ground, as they've struggled to get the run game going. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you... to Brandon Gott.
Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but first...
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Gerald Everett, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more that they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Point after, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Lawrence to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It's Eckler again.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On to give. This is Eckler.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
2nd and 4.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Lawrence will throw. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation. Here's Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 38, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Up the middle with Eckler. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On on 2nd and 7. Herbert, he's going to let it go end zone for Allen. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers have got it on cruise control. On the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But Charles, let's focus on the positive. You need what they did here. They've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
It makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
No problem there on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll run with Etienne. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Charger drive about to get going. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the 22, Herbert going deep here for Allen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
Now Lawrence
looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
picked off by Nasir Adderley, and the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. A little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
And right now, that crowd, silent. Eckler going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Herbert now toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. Joey Bosa, so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Looking downfield for Jones. And he's got it inside the 10. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 47 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Lawrence. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Chargers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's it.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Jags will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Jaguars! Marvin Jones, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
The Chargers on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 7. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. The Jaguars getting set to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down.
On third down, Lawrence.
And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, 41 yards. And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth-quarter deficit. Extra point try now for Patterson. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. A drive here, just 4 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Eckler now between the tackles. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from blocking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. From the 50, here's Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 21 yards there on run with broken contact. It's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did. But poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 163 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And, boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Once more, here's Eckler. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
The handoff, it's Eckler. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Given 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for 1 more first down to help salt this one away. Now it's Herbert. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spend in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help that offense succeed. And for doing all of that, They definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And now out come the Jags. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence gets this quickly to Ingram. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Lawrence. Dancing to his left. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. They'll drop that underneath to ETN. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. A final shot now for Lawrence. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. The Chargers, they're going to continue on in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody. Thanks for watching.